Hi, my name is Angie McIntosh, and I'm an artist from Canada, from British Columbia. And I was organizing a trip for artists to paint in China, and I found China Highlights on the internet. And I was very lucky that I discovered the website for China Highlights, and it was a lot of assistance from Victor Xu, who is in charge of the website. And I came here with a group of artists, and we traveled around. I've been traveling with China Highlights for 13 years and on 7 trips, and I came here several times with artists. And then I brought my family 2 years ago, and my husband came along, and this year we're back again. And because of the wonderful service and all of the great travel arrangements that we've had through China Highlights, we've come back again and used their services. And this time we brought more friends along. So we've all had a fantastic trip. The tour guides have been wonderful. They've been very flexible, and they're really a lot of fun. And they take care of all of our needs. They make sure that all of the arrangements are really top-notch and fantastic. We have great rooms, wonderful meals. They're super flexible. They take care of all of our dietary specifications and needs, and they make sure we have a great trip. We've even had some interesting situations where we've accidentally had problems, like we missed our plane, and we just pick up the phone and we call Candy at the China Highlights office, and no problem, everything gets taken care of. We're so well looked after, so we feel safe and comfortable and have a great time when we travel with China Highlights. How about you guys?
Yeah, it's I must concur with Angie. I'm Rob Grant, and this is my wife Sue Grant from British Columbia, Canada. And I must say, from the moment we landed at the Shanghai airport, our worries were over. We were met by a friendly representative from China Highlights, chauffeured to our hotel, and they'll even check you into the hotel and accompany you to your room to make sure it's adequate. It's been great. We're in our 3rd week of our month-long tour, and everything's gone great.
How about you, Kelsey? You've traveled with China Highlights also.
Yeah. Yes, I have traveled with China Highlights 3 times now. First time with my mom 2 years ago and family, and then I came back to China actually to teach as an English teacher. And before I settled down to teaching, I had to do some touring around. So of course, China Highlights is who I called, with my boyfriend over here. And they toured us around Beijing and Datong and Pingyao, and took us to any of the places we requested. I just went online, said I want to go here, here, and here, and they would book exactly the tour you want to any destination you feel. So it doesn't have to be a set tour. You just pick what you like, and they'll take you to it.
Kelsey, can you tell them a little bit about some of the excitement we had 2 years ago with your trip and what happened?
Yes. I lost my passport when I was in China, and it caused a lot of delays and problems, and we were going to go on a tour with China Highlights, and because of my lost passport, we had to change a lot of our travel arrangements. About a week of our tour had to be changed around, and separating my father and my brother with my mom and I. We were in different destinations, and delaying things. And China Highlights, of course, were the people who were looking after us and who managed to change all of our arrangements from what we had previously planned and make it so we still had a wonderful trip.
And they were there to hold our hands. Seriously, Candy told us, anytime, if you're worried or nervous, just give me a call. It's not a worry, we'll take care of it. And I'm telling you, when you're traveling in a foreign country and you're worried about not speaking the language, it is so wonderful that there's always someone there.
Yeah.
24 hours a day, they'll pick up the phone. You can call Candy on the cell phone, or whoever your tour guide, whether it's Lily, who's been our fantastic tour guide on this trip. You've got their cell phone number. You've got numbers for the office. There's always someone who will answer the phone, and they will help you deal with any sort of a problem, whether it's a lost passport, or perhaps you need a special request for special food, or you just want to change your itinerary because you've seen something really fantastic, something you've just heard about. They'll make sure you get to where you want to go. It really is a great place to travel. How about you guys down at the end? This is your first trip.
This is our first trip to China, and I have to say that what Joanne and Joe Freed from Alberta, that we were, I was very nervous about coming over, and one day the phone rang, and it was It was Candy from China Highlights. She called us in Canada just to make sure that everything was organized and make sure we're ready to go. So they treat you just like family. And I have to agree with everything that Angie and Rob have said. It's been a great trip. The tour guides have been excellent. The hotels are excellent staying. The meals are excellent. They treat us like family, and for sure, if we ever book again to come back to China, we'll be with China Highlights.
Yeah, I must say, in the 13 years that I've been traveling with China Highlights, I really do feel like there are people here that will make me safe and take care of all of my arrangements. If there's anything I ever hear about, a new place that I want to explore or travel, China Highlights is so flexible and wonderful, they'll figure it out and they'll get you there. First time we were in Yangshuo and we wanted to come to the Crown Caves, we took the back road. They don't normally do that on a tour, but my request as an artist was we wanted to see the countryside and we wanted to go and check it out, and they were willing to do it for us. So they were really, really flexible, really wonderful, and you can't go wrong by picking China Highlights. They'll make sure you get where you want to go and you'll have a great time doing it. It really is fun. How about you?
How about me? Well, sure, I've been very impressed with China Highlights. We've, over the course of our travels in China, traveled just about every mode. We've hiked, we've biked, we've traveled by bus, we've traveled by train, we've traveled by airplane. Whatever we want to do, there's somebody there to take us by the hand and show us the sights to be seen. They're always right on time at the airport to pick us up, or the bus depot or the train station, whether there's been a delay in the train or the flights. There's always a smiling face there with our name on a card, ready to whisk us away and take us off to our destination and look after us in a superb way. It's been very great working with them, and we're delighted to recommend China Highlights.
Brendan, yeah, you've been traveling now.
Yeah, this is my second trip with China Highlights, and the two main things for me, like Angie said, is flexibility. That's a big issue with me. Going to a country and seeing the sights, and you might see something that you don't see on the internet, and I think that China Highlights will create a compatibility with you, and they can allow you to see the things that China has to offer that you might not see just sitting on the computer planning your trip. So that's a big thing for me. Also, number two is their language, their English ability. I think the communication with the tour guide and tourist is very important for me, and I think China Highlights really comes through. You have Candy that plans everything for you, and then you have on the ground floor your tour guide they all have great English. You never are unsure of anything with China Highlights, so I think that's a huge thing. There's no question marks in your trip, so it's really worry-free. That's a big thing for me. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been traveling in China since 1987. It's CITS has always been a fantastic travel agency, and China Highlights branch of CITS does a wonderful job. I just can't say enough about him. As a matter of fact, China Highlights has impressed me so much that on my website I have recommended that people look up China Highlights. I have a direct link from my website to China Highlights because I think anybody who wants to travel in this country would really do well to have them at their side. They'll be seeing the best parts of the country, and they'll be in a very, very fun environment and be very safe. So we all think China Highlights is the way to go. So definitely call up China Highlights. They're wonderful, and they're so easy to access on the internet. 1-800 numbers, cell phone numbers. They respond to your emails. They've got a direct, you can talk to a live agent right on the website. So there's tons of information on their website if you want to learn about places to go and travel. It's a wonderful resource. Fantastic. Come to China, call China Highlights.